Dude, shoot! Shoot! What are you doing, teammate? Are you...
Yeah.
Push forward, go, go, go. Alright guys, it's Rusty. Today I want to talk about a weapon that's often overshadowed by one of its competitors in its category. You've already read the title of this video, so I'm just going to say it's the MP5. We all know the MP5 is often overlooked for the Kriss Vector. The Kriss Vector has been an absolute meta category weapon since as long as I can remember. There was just no point to ever use any other SMG in the category when the Kriss Vector was available. However, just a few days ago, there was a patch note in the BattleBit Discord, and at the end of it, it just casually mentions that the MP5's base damage was increased from 26 to 29. Now, you might not be thinking that's a huge increase in damage. I mean, it's still going to make it a base 4-shot kill regardless, but when you add it up with an SMG weapon that's firing so many rounds, it could make a noticeable difference. So with that said, I decided this weekend's playtest that I would try it out for myself and see just how much it has improved. So here's the loadout that I used with the weapon for the recent playtest. For the main sight, I always stick to a reflex sight. It's just a personal preference, but you can use pretty much any of these. For the barrel, I went with the tactical barrel. Under barrel, I went with the SE5 grip. Side rail, I went without, but you can go with any of these that you like. It's not going to make much of a difference. And for the magazine, just because I need as many rounds as I can get, I stuck with none. Now, having spent most of the playtest actually using the MP5, I do have a few comments that I'd like to bring up about this weapon. It is a very good close range weapon. I don't think it's quite as good as the Kriss Vector for those really up close within 10-20 meter kind of engagements. The Kriss Vector is just broken and it continues to be broken until now. That said, the MP5, I do think it's better than the Kriss Vector when you're going over 50 meter ranges. Now, I don't recommend going beyond 100 meters with this weapon. The damage drop off for pretty much any SMG just makes it unusable beyond that range unless you're finishing off opponents. But if you were using this weapon as kind of like where the AS Val was in terms of you would use it primarily for up close engagements, and then occasionally if you had to engage up to 100 meters or so you could, then yeah, I think the MP5 might be for you. In terms of how it performs in CQB, it's still one of the best weapons in the game. I was curious about this, so if you have a look on screen now, you'll see a chart and it's basically categorizing the time to kill of all the SMGs in their current state. You'll see that the MP7 is at the top, so I'm definitely going to try that weapon out, but the Kriss Vector has about a 1/8 or 12% faster time to kill than the MP5. Now, of course, we are talking about milliseconds, like a small fraction of a second, but within close range, that can mean all the difference. So, yeah, if you're still looking for a weapon that's absolutely going to tear people up when you fight them in close quarters, then the Kriss Vector is the one to go for. However, if you're tired of the Kriss Vector, if you're tired of your opponents calling you a Kriss Vector sweat, definitely try the MP5 because it's really not far behind. When you go beyond 50 meters, it is better than the Kriss Vector because the damage drop off isn't as bad, and the recoil of it is just easier to control at medium range. So what it really boils down to is your playstyle. If you are the kind of player that likes to run around, you've got, crazy good flick aiming and you just love getting flanks, definitely stick with the Kriss Vector. There's no better gun in the game right now, so I would just stay with that. However, if you're more of a conservative assault rifle player, you are looking for something that, can help you in close quarters, then definitely give the MP5 a go. With my time with it, I had an absolute blast, and I'll definitely be using it again into the future because it kind of fills that niche of, yes, I want to run around and I want to get those insane flanks on and I want to get crazy quad feeds and stuff like that. It doesn't have the drum magazine that the Kriss Vector offers, so you might not stack up as many kills as you would be comfortable with. But if you're looking for something to give you a bit more options in terms of your engagement where you don't necessarily have to stick to urban fighting, then yeah, give the MP5 a go. But yeah, let me know, did you guys read the patch notes too and decided to give the MP5 a second chance? Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. The MP5 isn't the only weapon I decided to spend a bit of time with during this playtest, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see those videos when they come out. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I've got time for. You guys look after yourselves and I'll see you again soon. Take care.